one sometimes needs to be careful about some of the sensationalist headlines that one sees about rapid growth markets or emerging markets slowing down, stalling, whatever the case might be. The picture is actually quite a broad one, or quite a diverse one, as we start to kind of analyze these things. In fact, what seems to be emerging are two diverging paths. There are a group of rapid growth markets that are slowing down and face some very real risks, while others, a group of others, including China, which is the sort of the bright lights at the end of the tunnel still, which we feel are still on a high growth path and have the capability and the wherewithal to sustain that high growth path. More specifically, the heat map that we've developed this year around, on this quarter, which as I mentioned, does an analysis of economic risk across 7 different indicators, reveals some interesting perspectives. There really is a group of let's just call them high growth countries that have kind of sustained or have re-emerged as high growth countries in the Middle East. China, Nigeria, interestingly, is in that category. A group of kind of countries that are facing kind of moderate to higher risk and are somewhere in the middle, and we'd include South Africa in that group, probably more towards the higher risk than the moderate risk category. And then a group of countries that really are struggling, including India and Indonesia and several others. So, overall, the outlook from a rapid growth markets perspective remains one of cautious optimism, with some significant downside risks over the next couple of years. But certainly over the longer term, through 2020, we feel quite confident that the portfolio of rapid growth markets will continue to drive much of the recovery in the global economy. In terms of rapid growth, we're talking somewhere in the band of between 5 and 6%. And we expect that one side or the other to be sustained through 2020. So at the moment we a lot closer to 5%, or maybe dipping a little bit below 5% on average for our 25 rapid growth markets. Through 2020 we expect the average to be a lot closer to 6%. Clearly on either side of that, there are countries that kind of fall either side. South Africa, as an example, has been growing at a rate of around about 3%. This year we're looking at about 2.1%. I think it is the recent sort of reforecast. Others, such as China, will retain a growth rate of anywhere between 5 and 7%, depending on whose figures you look at. While some of the more rapidly growing African markets, Ghana, for example, has been pushing in the region of 8%, but we expect that to come down closer to the sort of 6% range. Nigeria probably around about the 5% range over the next couple of years. So there is quite a wide spectrum of growth, but in general, on average, we're looking at, as I said, between 5 and 6%. For the developed markets, we're probably looking in the range of between 1 and 2% at best.